Hi, I'm here with Leslie Allure. She is the Regional Marketing Director of Iron Mountain, a multi-billion-dollar company. Leslie and I have collaborated in the past. Leslie, I'm excited to have you here. She's based in the UK. Leslie, you've got a unique perspective. You are in charge of markets both in Canada as well as throughout Europe that are very, very sensitive around data privacy. If you were to give us one tip or one piece of advice around GDPR or data privacy, what would that suggestion be?
If you're based in the US, don't fall into the trap of thinking that you don't need to worry about GDPR or CASL. You might be feeling a lot of fatigue over the topic, and that's understandable, but it's because it's a really important topic. As a marketer, if you're not very conscious of your responsibilities as a business managing the data of the people who are coming into your database, you can find yourself in some trouble. Like I said, even based in the US, you probably have traffic coming to your website from places like the UK or from Canada. In fact, I know that at our organization, 10% of the traffic that comes to our US website is Canadian. And that's because people based in Canada know that there's a rich depth of content that are on the US websites, but the onus is still on the company, on you, to make sure that you know where these people are based, where they're coming from, and you're appropriately managing the laws related to their data privacy, which means that you probably want those web forms to be capturing their country of origin. You want to have those well integrated into a system like a marketing automation platform, and you want to have processes on the back end that are managing how that data is treated depending upon the country of origin.
Excellent. Any trends that you're seeing from Europe going back into the US? I think California is going to be having some privacy laws, but are you seeing anything there that we should be aware of?
Yeah, you know, there's been rumblings for a while since CASL came out really about what the legislation will look like in the US, and who can predict that. But certainly California is indicative of the fact that people are catching wise to the fact that they probably should be thinking a little bit more about what's going on with their data and how it's being handled. I mean, what happened with Facebook recently is a great example of that. Maybe an example where people feel like, oh, I'm not a big company like Facebook, it doesn't apply to me. But as people become more sensitive to how their data is treated, businesses need to really get on board with it, which means that you need to have an understanding, you need to have processes, and you need to have systems that can support you so that you can focus on what you do best, which is marketing, and not worrying about, you know, subject access requests and things like that.
Awesome. And last important question. Over your right shoulder looks like a picture of the Eiffel Tower. I don't know if that's the Eiffel Tower or not, but I'm curious, now that you're over in Europe and you used to live here in the US, where's your favorite destination that you like to go in Europe?
Well, Paris is wonderful, of course, and I actually did buy that painting in Paris. But so far, I've had the privilege of traveling many, many places throughout Europe, and I would hesitate to choose a favorite, but I will say that Rome is a place that I definitely want to return.
Nice. Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us tonight, and also today here in the US, but tonight over there. And we'll be back in touch. Thanks again.
Sounds great. Thanks, John.